everyone, welcome to our channel. In today's video, we are going to learn about artificial variable techniques. Let us see what is meant by artificial variable techniques. Before going to the video, I already explained about simplex method in solving linear programming problem, both maximization and minimization. I will provide the links in the description box. If anyone missed them, please go through that links. And in the same way, you can get this PDF from the link given in the description box. Now let's go into the video. What is artificial variable techniques? Artificial variable techniques means up to now we have seen some sums like in simplex and in simplex, both in minimization and maximization. While getting those, all the constraints will be in less than or equals to. We can get doubt, what if greater than or equals to symbols comes. If greater than or equals to symbol comes means, in order to solve those types of problem, we will introduce artificial variable which doesn't have any value. ఎటువంటి విలువ లేని ఒక వేరియబుల్ని యాడ్ చేయడమే మనం ఏమంటాము అంటే ఆర్టిఫిషియల్ వేరియబుల్ అని చెప్పేసి ఇక్కడ మనం అంటున్నాము. అలాగే all the solutions must be greater than or equals to 0. All the solutions must be in positive value only. In order to solve such type of problems, there are two methods. One is Big M, it is also known as method of penalties, and the second one is two-phase simplex method. In today's video, I am going to explain how to solve a Big M method. Big M method. There are some steps in order to solve this, and let's see the first one. The first one is express the problem in the standard form. First of all, we have to express the problem in a standard form. And the second step is we have to add non-negative artificial variables to the left side of each equations corresponding to the constraints. We have to add the artificial variable to the constraints only for which constraints have greater than or equals to symbol or only equals to symbol. For those constraints only we will add artificial variable, and for the constraints what we are having less than or equals to symbol, we will add only slack variable. Okay, and for this artificial variable we will assign a penalty in the objective function. ఇక్కడ నేను చెప్పేది ఏంటి అంటే కన్స్ట్రైంట్స్లో అంటే సబ్జెక్ట్ టు అని ఉంటాయి కదా, అక్కడ ఉన్న కన్స్ట్రైంట్స్లో మనం ఏం యాడ్ చేస్తాము, ఎక్కడ ఆర్టిఫిషియల్ వేరియబుల్ అనేది యాడ్ చేస్తాము అంటే ఎక్కడైతే మనకి గ్రేటర్ దాన్ ఆర్ ఈక్వల్స్ టు సింబల్ ఉంటుందో, గ్రేటర్ దాన్ ఆర్ ఈక్వల్స్ టు ఆర్ ఈక్వల్స్ టు సింబల్ ఉంటుందో అక్కడ మాత్రమే మనము ఆర్టిఫిషియల్ వేరియబుల్ అనేది యాడ్ చేస్తాము. దట్ ఈజ్ ఆల్సో ఏ పాజిటివ్ ఆర్టిఫిషియల్ వేరియబుల్ వీ విల్ యాడ్ ఇన్ ద constraints in order to make the inequality constraints into equations. And in the same way, in the objective function we will add a penalty value to the artificial variable and we will add in the objective function. This is all about, and the next procedure is as same as what we follow in the simplex method. The only thing there is a difference between Big M and simplex is adding artificial variable, and the remaining process is as same as how we solve the simplex problem. The same methods will be followed here in the Big M also. In the same way, here we are having three conditions while solving the Big M method. We have to solve the Big M method by using simplex method until the three cases must be satisfied. In that, the first case is if no artificial variable appears in the basis and the optimality conditions are satisfied, then the current solution is an optimal basic feasible solution. After solving, which means After adding artificial variable, we will follow the remaining process same as like simplex table in order to get basic feasible solution. In big M, it must be satisfied any three conditions, like the first condition is there must be no artificial variable in the basis, then only the basic feasible solution is obtained. And the second one is if at least one artificial variable in the basis at zero level and the optimality condition is satisfied. Here the optimality condition means Cj minus Zj must be less than or equals to 0. That is the optimality condition for every sum what we will do by basis on the simplex problem. So here the optimality condition is Cj minus Zj. If any one artificial variable is at zero level in the basis and it satisfies the optimality condition, then the solution is, then there is an basic feasible solution though it is degenerated. And the third condition is if at least one artificial variable appears in the basis at positive level and the optimality condition is satisfied, then the original problem has no feasible solution. The solution satisfies the constraints but does not optimize the objective function since it contains a very large penalty capital M and is called pseudo-optimal solution. What is the third condition means? If any artificial variable appears in the positive level, though it satisfies the optimal condition, but the original problem doesn't have any basic feasible solution and it will have pseudo-optimal solution. These are the three conditions of Big M. This is the introduction of Big M method. Now let's see a sum based on the Big M method. Let's see how the sum will be in, how to solve a sum in Big M method. Before going to the sum, again I am reminding you to please subscribe our channel in order to get more videos on operations research, and please share with your friends who are in need of these operation research sums. Now let's see how to solve a Big M method. Now let's see how to solve a sum using Big M method. How to solve an LPP using Big M method. I already explained the theory, right? Now let's see how to solve this big sum using Big M method. First of all, let us check whether it is given in maximization or minimization. If it is given in minimization, we have to convert it into maximization. Here there is no problem that it is given in a maximization only. So let's have right here like max z is equals to 3x1 plus 2x2. Now constraints 2x1 plus x2. We have to convert these inequalities into equations by adding slack or surplus variable. Here we are having only less than or equals to symbol. So here we will add the slack variable and it is equals to 2. Because here we are having only positive values in the solution. So we will add so there is no need to multiply with minus and we will add a slack variable. In the same way, here once observe the second constraint. Here we are having greater than or equals to symbol. So now here we have to subtract the surplus variable and add the artificial variable. How? I see here. Plus 4x2 minus surplus variable plus artificial variable, which is equals to 12. And here in the objective function we will add slack variable. Already in simplex method we used to add slack variable, right? Here we will add with 0 coefficient and the surplus variable also we will add with the 0 coefficient, and we will subtract artificial variable by giving minus m as a penalty. Here only one constraint what we are having, so here we are substituting only one. Minus m is the penalty value of the artificial variable. Now let's solve. I already told you that we will solve the Big M method by using the simplex method. The only difference is we will add here a penalty for the artificial variable. So this is the only difference between the simplex and BGAM. Now let's see how to solve a BGAM by using simplex method. First of all, we have to draw a initial table. This is known as initial table or basic simplex table. In this already we know that CBI, CJ, basic variable. Here the basic variables are x1, x2, s1, s2 and a1. In the same way, here we will write solution. Okay, now let's have the objectives. Here the coefficients are 3, 2, 0, 0 and minus m. 3, 2, 0, 0 and minus m. Now here what the value we will take here is, we will take the slack variable and the artificial variable. Why? Because here we are having only slack variable. So we will take only slack variable, and here we are having both surplus and artificial, but we will take only artificial variable. And what are these objective functions? Here is 0 and minus m. 0, minus m. Now we will write the values 2, 1, 1, 0, 0 and the solution is 2. Here 3, 4, 0, minus 1, 1 and 12. Now we will find out the value of, Zj. Okay. See, 0 into 2, 0. Plus minus m into 3 is minus 3m. In the same way, minus 4m, 0, m and minus m. Now let's find out the value of Cj minus Zj. See, 3 minus into minus plus 3 plus 3m, 2 plus 4m, 0 minus m and minus m plus m is 0. What is the condition? What is the optimality condition in getting the feasible solution is Cj minus Zj must be less than or equals to 0. But here there is a positive value in two places. So first of all we have to select the maximum value. We have to select the maximum value in m. How to select the entering variable in simplex means we will select the maximum positive value, which means highest positive value. In the same way here also we will select the highest positive value of m coefficient లో ఏదైతే హైయెస్ట్ ఉండిందో అదే మనము ఎంటరింగ్ వేరియబుల్ కింద సెలెక్ట్ చేసుకుంటాము. హియర్ this is the highest value. So we will select this corresponding column as key column. In the same way it is also known as entering variable. Now we have to find out the leaving variable. In order to find out the leaving variable, first of all we will find out the ratio between solution and the key column element. So let's find out it. 2 by 1 is equals to 2 and 12 by 4 is equals to 3. We have to select the least value of the ratio. Here the least value is 2. So the corresponding row is known as key row and it is also known as leaving variable, key row. And where both key column and key row intersects is known as key element. Now let's have another table which is known as iteration table, and here we can write that here s1 is leaving variable and x2 is entering variable. Okay, now let's have the iteration table. Okay, this is the iteration table of BGAM method, and here s1 is replaced by x2 as s1 is left variable and x2 is entering variable. So we replaced here s1 with x2 and the x2 coefficient is written here and a1 remains the same. Now the values of x2 will be written as, now the values near x2 will be written as 1 divided by 2, which means key element of key row divided by key element. Okay, which means 2 divided by 1, 1 divided by 1, 1 divided by 1. We will write in that way of S1 values. Now I will write the values and show you. And these are the values of x2, which are written by dividing the key element with key row. Okay. Now let's find out the new values for a1. Here the formula is new value is equals to old value minus element of corresponding key row and key column by key element. This is by using this formula we will find out the new values. I will show you, will write the new values here by doing this. Now these are the new values which are found by using this formula, and these are the new values how we find out by using old value by the new value formula. Now let us find out the values of Zj. 2 into 2 4 plus 5m. In the same way 2 plus 4m and minus m. Now let us find out the values of Cj minus Zj. 3 minus 4. 3 minus 4 is minus 1 plus minus 5m. 2 minus 2 0. Minus 2 minus 4m minus m 0. Here it is satisfying the condition Cj minus Zj is less than or equals to 0, but the artificial element remains in the basis. So here there is no basic feasible solution for the main problem, and it has pseudo optimal solution, which I already explained in the procedure of Big M, that it has three conditions. In the first condition there will be no artificial variable in the basis, and in the second condition there will be at least one artificial variable at 0 level. But in the third one, if at least one artificial variable appears at a positive level, which means in the second one, though there is an artificial variable in the basis, but its solution must be 0. But then also there will be a basic feasible solution. But in the third condition, if there is an artificial variable in the basis and it has a positive value, then there will be no basic feasible solution for the problem, and there will be a pseudo-optimal solution. Pseudo-optimal solution will be that is hence the problem is solved by using the Big M method. This is the why I told this type of sum means we will get a confused how to take the conclusion. Why? Because here it satisfied the Cj minus Zj condition. So whether we have to proceed forward or not means, by further sake I have explained this question. If here the artificial variable is removed, is not there in the basis, then we will get the values for x2 and x1. But here the value is artificial variable is existing with a positive value, so it will have pseudo optimal solution, but there will be no basic feasible solution. Hence the problem is solved. Thank you for watching, and please share to your friends who wanted to know about these problems. Thank you, and don't forget to subscribe our channel.